So what is the fiscal cliff? For starters, it is not a single event in and of itself, and is not something that was a result of intentional planning. The fiscal cliff is actually the result of multiple different government policies or laws, either expiring or taking effect at essentially the same time, January 1st, 2013. The changes, which are primarily unrelated and coincidental, include the expiration of the Bush tax cuts, which will effectively raise income taxes on all Americans. The alternative minimum tax, or AMT, exemption will revert back to year 2000 levels, causing millions of middle-class households to be subject to the higher AMT rates. The 2% Social Security payroll tax will expire. The federal healthcare law, or Obamacare, will take effect, likewise raising taxes. Every one of these changes either raises taxes, which takes money out of the economy, or cuts government spending, which reduces the amount of money flowing into the economy. Altogether, it would amount to roughly $500 billion being taken out of the economy in 2013 alone. The negative impact of such a scenario is what led Federal Reserve Chairman Ben Bernanke to dub January 1st, 2013 as the fiscal cliff. The tax increases will hit every taxpayer's pocketbook, and may do so sooner than people realise. The change to the alternative minimum tax exemption, for example, applies to the 2012 tax year, whereas 4.3 million people were subject to the AMT last year, an estimated 31 million will be paying additional AMT charges on their 2012 tax returns. The overall tax increases will range from 13 to 32%, depending on income level, marital status, and number of children. The bottom 20% of taxpayers, or those earning $20,000 or less, will each pay about $400 more in taxes on average. The middle 20%, or those earning between $40,000 and $65,000, will face an average tax increase of $2,000. The top 20%, or those earning over $108,000, will average about $14,000 more in taxes. From a purely financial standpoint, the US government comes out the winner in the fiscal cliff scenario. The tax increases and spending cuts would save the government about $500 billion in 2013. It would nearly cut the deficit in half and would slowly reduce the national debt when measured as a percentage of GDP. The biggest concern about going over the fiscal cliff is its impact on the economy. The gross domestic product, which has been increasing at an annual rate of about 2%, is projected to decrease by 0.5% in 2013. The unemployment rate, which is currently under 8%, would increase to over 9%. Most of the discussion on the matter in Washington involves lessening the impact of the fiscal cliff, though not necessarily avoiding it. For example, many lawmakers want to extend the existing tax cuts for some, but not all, taxpayers, and some changes can be made retroactively, including raising the AMT exemption for the 2012 tax year.